Let's go. I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me shout. Let's go! Let's go! Nothing's gonna stop us today. Get on the bus or get out the way. We're cruising with the radio on. So turn it up to 10. Here comes our favorite song. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn, good wherever you find yourself. This is the Power Series on your screens, coming to you live from Accra, Ghana, with your studio, Samuel Adrani, your power addict. Yeah, this is a pause. It's just being dramatic. Anyway, don't mind me just messing around. Anyway, welcome to the show today. It's been a cool Sunday, very chilling one, relaxing one. Of course. I'm still thinking what to do after the show. I might go catch the Charlotte Festival, do some 360 stuff. But hey, right now for the next hour, I'm going to be your host for the Power Series. The show will try to demystify everything about the Microsoft Power Platform. We have been doing a series on AI Builder and Power Platform integration. Today will be part 3 and possibly the last part for the AI Builder, and then we'll move on to something exciting. Well, last week you saw how to use some of the pre-built modules and then touch on some receipt and form processing. Today we'll be tackling custom form processing, where you're trying to build your own custom form processing using your own invoices, whatever you think about. Well, if that sounds like something of interest to you, want to stick and stay with me. When we back from the montage, we will get right into it. Don't go anywhere. Awesome. Welcome back. If this is the first time joining the show, this is the Power Series with yours truly, Samuel Adrani, transmitting live from Accra, Ghana. Well, if this is the first time, please do us a big favor and honor and just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that when we release any new video, you will get it. All right. So this is the Power Series. So last week we did part 2 of the Power Platform and AI Builder integrations. Now, before we get into it, as usual, like I like to bring to you, I just put some announcement and things that I think I want to share with you. Now, interesting one that happened to me is this. So last Friday, just as I was about to go live, I got this message on my Restream platform. Well, for those of you that don't know what Restream is, so technically, Restream is my multi-channel distribution platform. So I use OBS Studio, all the things you're seeing with the transitions. I use OBS Studio, and I push that to Restream. And Restream is the one responsible for pushing it to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Telegram, Twitch, to all my social channels. So Restream is doing that. I have been on the free plan since it started, and it's been fine. I've not had any problems. It's been cool, it's been awesome and all that. And just Friday, I got a notification that, dude, you would have to, upgrade to a paid plan, else I will only be allowed to stream simultaneously to two channel. Yeah, 2 channels. And what that means is that I will not be able to come to you maybe on Twitch, on, I don't know, any of the channels. But I have till the 29th of this month to make a decision whether I still want to stay on a free plan. I want to upgrade. I'm leaning towards the free plan since it solves the problem for me. But that, so welcome to the show. Prices so you don't change. Yeah, Susu, you're right. Yeah, welcome, Susu. Welcome to the show. Yeah, that's true. I haven't forgotten, Susu. I haven't forgotten about it. Our conversation. So I think I'll say that I'm comfortable somewhere next week. I will bring in to you people who are doing awesome things in the in the Ghanaian tech space, specifically product. And Susu will be coming on to share some awesome products they've been working on. So I haven't forgotten you will do that this coming week. So back to this thing. So to be very honest, I'm not ready to do away with $8 a month for this yet. Okay, yet. Potentially when I start monetizing, if I start monetizing, yeah, why not? I can use some of the money to do that. So from the 29th, what's going to happen is that you might just catch me on 2 channels. I'm yet to determine what those 2 channels are, but they'll be the channels that I get the most views from. So I'll be streaming simultaneously to those 2 until something changes where I get to be able to upgrade to do all this. But so far, Restream has been perfect, awesome. Shout out to them, big ups to them. I don't know, maybe they can just give me 1 year free and then I'll think about it. So that's the first announcement. Now, the second bit of announcement that's exciting to me is I need a drum roll for it. I need to actually get a lot of things on my sound part to get a lot of drum rolls. So so merchandise and some swags are coming up. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. So this is the Power Series t-shirt. Some other swags are coming up. Very, very cool swags, but this is the first of it. I will be I will be giving this out. I'll be giving, some, very how do I say, what's the word? A lot of people who follow me, I'll be giving this out to some of you, and then those who want to get it, just get into it. But you're going to see a lot of changes and brand stuff on the show. So yeah, these are just 2 things I just want to talk about before we get into the show. So now to Power, we're doing Power Platform, right? So last week we saw how to create the receipt processor, and I think we also saw we did the receipt, and then we did the invoice. We did a very simple 2 simple ones. All right. So today, now remember, those ones we used were pre-built by Microsoft, and then we had to use them. So they're trained to recognize a lot of things from it. However, sometimes you might have what we call your own custom form, which might not have certain labels or features on compared to what Microsoft has, and you want to be able to process that in some kind of automation. All right. Sorry. So today we'll be seeing how to do that. Now, if you missed last week's on, here, subscribe and check it out. So let's get straight into it. Let's bring up our let's go here to, let's do portal.office. Now, so I tried to show you a lot of scenarios on how to use this. So far, we've used it in Power Apps. We've created a Power Automate flow for one of these things. But in the big picture, you might want to create a complete forms processing automation, all right? Where you have something like there's an email that comes in. So when the email comes in to your inbox, you want to, extract the attachment. Okay, assuming that the form, your custom form from your vendors have been attached in an email. So you want to monitor a mailbox so that as soon as the as soon as it drops, okay, as soon as the mail drops or an invoice drops in your email, you save that attachment, right, in PDF, and then you run that PDF attachment or JPEG attachment You run it through your AI builder processing. It extracts the features and then maybe dumps it into something like Salesforce or some internal things you use to track your invoices. All right. So you can use it in that pipeline. Now, what I'm showing is just a segment on how to use the AI builder to create that module to be able to recognize your own custom font. All right. Now, if most of you think that you want to see how to create that pipeline, well, put it in the comment section below, tweet at me, mention me on any of the social media platforms, and then we'll probably, do that in one episode where we use these things in a real life, let's say business scenario. All right. So let's go here, and don't forget to keep your questions coming. If you have any questions, just drop them in your whichever platform you're watching me from, put it in the chat, and then I would see it. All right. Yeah. So pretty much that's it. The funny thing is, the stream is supposed to go live on Telegram, okay, and I have never been able to see this in Telegram, and that's wow, that's crazy. Anyways, well, nothing much. I'm sure that it's not there by default for me to let's say let me see this. Sorry guys, I'm trying to just I'm trying to see what. Let's see. Okay. That's fine, that's okay. All right, that's fine. So let's get into it. All right, so let's go ahead and move to our Power. Well, we can do it from Power Apps, can do it from Power Automate. All right, so we've been using it. We've been doing a lot on Power Automate, so we're going to do it in Power Automate. If you have any questions about what we're doing, please don't hesitate and drop it, okay? Drop it here for me. Let's do this. We're waiting for that to load. Let's see. Okay. It'll be interesting to see how it looks like, but I think in the meantime, we can just go ahead and just use this. Yeah, I'll just be curious to see, because now I'm trying to get, consider which of the platforms would have a bigger reach, and then I can leverage that. So don't worry, we'll see. We will see about that. Okay, we're logging in. MFA, come to my phone. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to test the other ones we did. I think one of the common questions I get when it comes to Power Automate is its integration. Its integration with third-party applications, and I think we saw that. So the last time, we saw that when we tried to create that sentiment analysis API. That's something that usually I get a lot of people asking me a lot about. So maybe let's see if subsequent sessions you want us to treat that. Why not? We will look at that, how to build custom connectors. You have a third-party API and you want to consume that or create that as a connector within Power Power Platform for Power Apps. We can see how to do that. There's something strange going on. I don't know why, but this is taking weirdly so much time. No, I don't need Teams. Let's close this quickly. I'm going to close and reopen this again. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Probably have to clear cache and stuff like that for this to work, but patience is the name of the game. And once it's happening, you're free to drop your questions. Ask me any questions about Power Platform, and it will help us interact whilst we're waiting for the page to load, so it's not sounding or feeling boring. All right. Yeah, let's log in again. and see where that takes us. There you go. That's more like it. Yeah, sometimes, like I said, sometimes all you got to do is just refresh. Yeah, and clear your cache. Maybe some things are hiding in your cache and cookies somewhere, making it misbehave. Okay, okay, come on, guys. Load up already. Yeah, reload. You loaded perfectly. We went through the logging and now, yeah. Just give me the UI component. Give me the UI component. Yeah, for those of you that is joining, welcome to the Power series. Today we're doing part 3, the final part 3. Yeah, the final part for the Power Platform and AI Builder integration. We're taking a look at custom forms processing. All right. Okay, so whilst that's loading, I know I can also do the same thing in Power Apps. Okay, let's see which of them will load faster. Considering I'm still seeing the loading sign. The loading sign. I hope your Sunday has been good, guys. For those that are in Sunday, if you're watching me in the time zone that still says Sunday, and those that are already in Monday, good morning. How is Monday looking like on your side of the world? And those of us, those that are still in Friday, yeah, we'll see. This is taking a while, people. People, this is taking a while. Come on, people. Let's see. I'm gonna close this and refresh this again. This is unusual. It is unusual. My CPU is still at 1.9%, so it should not stay this long. Or if that happens, okay, there you go. Finally. Yeah, I think I talked about the conference happening in I think in September. So yeah, you guys can go give it a try. All right, so let's go to solutions. And actually, I could have used that time to do something else because I had not built the custom forms yet, but that's fine. I think we can work with that. So that's okay. That is okay. That is okay. That. Okay, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. So in this scenario, we're going to assume that we have a custom invoice, okay, that we want to process. So whilst this is busily, actually, let me check the flows here. Whilst this is busy trying to load the flows, if we don't starve our bandwidth, because I see it showing red there, saying you need to be careful in doing something. And I don't also want to reduce the stream quality, so I'm keeping it there. That shouldn't be a big deal. And I want to believe it's just the bandwidth that's just messing up with us. Okay, there you go. So, okay, so yeah, we did the business card reader, we did the sentiment analysis. All right. So, what you want to do is let's go to the AI builder, okay, here on the left side. And then you can see there are models, there's explore. So we can go ahead to explore. Now, while that is happening, I'm going to go ahead to, let's go to Word. Okay. Let me open Microsoft Word. I could use Excel as well, or I could use anything. All right. I am not, it doesn't matter. I just want a quick template of the invoice that we want to use. So I'll go ahead here in the template. So there's a service invoice and there's just a basic invoice. Okay, and there's invoice redesign. Okay, I don't know. I just maybe feel this is going to be cool. So I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, maybe we could do this, or let's just do a basic invoice. Let's do a very basic invoice and see how that looks like. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, let's use this. Okay. So I'm going ahead, I'll click on create. So all I'm doing now is, so there you go. All I have done is to pick this sample invoice template. Okay, so this sample invoice template, that is, let's see. Okay, so sample invoice template, and I think I'm okay, right? I can decide to save this a couple of times. So let's say here, this is our, so let's say the company name is Demystify Inc. Incorporated, and let's see, make it happen. Come on, yeah, definitely. It looks like I can't even create, so the street will say 132 technology close. Okay, the city will be, let's make our own, so let's say it's Accra, and then the zip code is GA 4-000-000. All right, so we'll say our phone is 024000000. Our fax is, I mean, this is just, don't worry, this is just a dummy thing. Okay, again, 02, I think it's 030000000. All right, so there's an invoice number here. Okay, so let's say invoice number 1, and the date, let's say this is 8-21- and I'll just hit enter to insert the date. Okay, now this is the person, so recipient name, we'll just say, so whoever receiving this, let's just say the recipient's name is Kofi Mensah, and yeah, we'll just say this is called Dummy Company 1, and then this one will be Industrial Zone. Okay, and then we'll just say Accra, and the phone number will be 026-123-1234. All right, and I'll pretty much repeat the same one here to ship to, okay, which is obviously the same person. We won't do any comment here. So salesperson, so maybe we don't want to, we just want to stick to something like this. So let's say quantity is 1, or for now let's just do quantity is 10, and then we'll say books, unit price is 10, so the total now will be 100. And then let's say here we just bought 2 of let's say another 10 of pens, and the total here, let's say unit price is 1, so it's 10, so our subtotal will be 110. Let's say sales tax, I mean, just for the 6, it's not correct. All right, and then shipping and handling is another 10, so the total due now is 10, 20, 30 is 130. Okay, right, so this is one invoice. Okay, this is one dummy invoice that I've created. So all I'm going to do now is go to file, okay, save as PDF, and I'm going to create a folder. So we have to save the file first. So let's go ahead. Let me go to the desktop. There's a folder called show, and then let's do power, and then I'll create a new folder in here and say let's say invoice. Okay, so we'll just call this one invoice 1. We first have to save it for it to now save it into PDF. Okay, the same place. So we'll do 1. Okay, so I'll go ahead now. You need to have at least about 10. Okay, 10 of these invoices for it to pretty much be able to train it properly to know that this is where everything is. Okay, so what I'll do is oh no, I closed Word. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so now I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, and get rid of that. And I just want to create 2 variations, and I'll duplicate them a number of times. Okay, so now this is 100, and then now this will be 120. Okay, and then I'll save it. It's the same file. Okay, I'll save the same file, and then I'll come back here and save as PDF, and this time I'll save it as 2, and I'll just go ahead and duplicate it, let's say 8 times. So ideally would be, how you would go about this would be you taking let's say 10 different invoices. Okay, 10 different invoices, and then using that to build the model. So we'll use this too. I'll go ahead and duplicate it 10 times. Okay, and then when we are done, what I'll do is that I will now create a new invoice with new records. Okay, let's refresh this. It said something went wrong, but anyway, so we'll just keep this down here. Let's go to show. We'll open our folder where we have, there you go. And don't forget, if you have any questions as this is going on, you can drop it and I would answer it. So let's go to invoice, and then you see this too. I'll just copy and paste it. There you go. So 1 copy, I would rename this to 3, and then 2 copy, I'll rename this to 4. Okay, and I'll select these ones, copy and paste. So 1 copy, I'll rename to 5. 2 copy, oh no, oh so don't worry, I'll rename this, the whole thing, to 5. I'll rename this, I'll rename this to 5. I'll rename this to 6, and then I'll rename this to 7, and then we'll rename this to 8, and then we need just 2. All right, so we'll rename this to 9, and then we'll rename this to 10. Okay, so this will be our training data set. We have 10 data sets for the training. Okay, so let's go back to, there you go. Hey, what's happening? What is happening? Pum 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 pum. You know what? Let me close this. Let me close all the other apps, so I avoid any, yeah, because it looks like that's also having an impact on my, yeah, there you go. Okay, pam. Okay, so there's a document processing draft shared with me. So let's go ahead and yeah, we already have it. Of 16 days and 100% capacity. Yeah, I know. Thank you. So let's go here. You see the top here. I can do click build a model, and it opens this up for you. Okay, so since we are doing something specific on document, I'll go to document. All right, and then on a document, you can see that there is the We saw the receipt, we saw the text, we saw the invoice. All right, and then this is business card reader, and then you see this is the custom module. This is the one we want to use. Extract custom information from documents. Now it's not just invoices, it could be any document at all. All right, so we click on this. Now do you see this? So they have provided example here. You can extract is analyzing this document. All right, so you provide document. So it can be, now that's the thing, it can be any document. So you see that here they have this is a delivery order, and they've been able to extract all this information. And then here is a statement of work, right? And then you see the deliverables. They've been able to extract sections of it as the deliverable, and then the stuff like that. So anytime this document is seen, all right, anytime this document is seen, what's going to happen is that your model will be able to recognize all these parts you've established in the document and extract that information. You can store them anywhere you want, all right, and make use of it. All right, that's how cool it is. So it's not just invoices. It could be requests, anything you can automate. Sorry. So let's get started. Sorry about that, guys. So let's get started. Okay, so in my case, the document is somewhat structured or semi-structured. Okay, there is some order to it. Because I'm using an invoice and it's consistent, I'll use the structured. If you're using something that is unstructured, like it's a work order statement or other document that is not conforming to any specific structure, you can use that. So ours is structured. So we select this, and then we go to next. Now is asking us what pieces of information do we want to extract. Okay, now you remember, if we look at our invoice, okay, let's go ahead. So we have there will be, let's say, a field. Okay, there'll be a field for, let's call it customer name. Okay, and let's add another field here called let's say phone number, and we will have a field here called let's do this. Let's say city, and let's say zip code. So we have the name, the phone number, the city, the zip code. Pretty much those are the things in the name, right? And then we can have invoice number. Oh, look, I need to spell this well. So I'm defining the fields that I need to extract. Okay, and then we will go ahead and add another one called invoice date. So no, so I think we are also going to extract, I think, total due. We'll just call it total due, and then we'll extract the tax component of it. So there's a total due, and then there's a tax component. Okay, and then I know we're going to get a table of items. Okay, so this first one is going to be, I think it is the quantity. We're going to have the quantity. We're going to have the description. I can't even spell it now. And then we'll have the unit price. And then we'll have the amount. and then we'll call this items. All right. So we have defined the fields or the information we want to extract from our dummy template. Okay. So we go to next. And then now what is happening? So this has changed. So initially it would ask you to upload the files. And then once the files are uploaded, it will try to, extract that information from it. But they've changed it. They're now telling you, okay, these are the fields I'm expecting. Now give me the collection of the documents, tag the documents, and then we'll train the model. All right. So let's do the new collection. So this is the collection where I'm going to add all the documents. So remember those 10 documents we created. So this is where we put it to. So you can have different collections. Okay. So this is something from my device. And I think we'll put it on the desktop. Yeah. In show, in power, and then in invoices. Okay, so 1 all the way to 10. And then I open. So this would upload all the 10 dummy invoices. Okay, and then based on that, we're going to now tag the different sections where we want those fields or data points we've selected to be extracted from. Okay, there you go. So it's loaded it. So let's upload all the 10 documents. And now once that's happening, we'll go to the next stage of tagging them. And so what is happening here is equivalent to training an AI model or a machine learning model. That's what's happening. This is being encapsulated in a graphical user interface for you. So you could do this, all right? You could do this. Okay, so it looks like it's 2 or 2. Okay. So this is cool. I mean, this is the first time I'm doing the duplicate test. So you see that it uploaded 2 files and realized that, look, 2 of the files are actually, like, the rest are duplicates. All right, that's fine. Hopefully, let's see. There you go. Yeah, 5. Okay, you know what? It says I should do 5 of them. So let's do this. Let's go to file. Let's actually, you know what? Let's open this. I'm going to try to do something. Or you know what? Let's just open. Let's go to our Word document. And let's open this up. So I'm just going to. So since we have 2 already that is unique, I'll just change 3 of them. Okay, so I'll open this one up, and then all I'll do is I'll change the invoice number to, let's say, 0071, and then Kofi Mensah Ghana. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll save it as PDF. Oh no, yes, we'll save this. Okay, and then we'll save this as let's save this as 11. Okay, good, so that they can see this. So it's even good is recognize the duplicate. All right, and now we're just changing a few things, tweaking a few things to make it look a bit different. All right, so we can close this, and then I'll change this one to 771235 something. Okay, let's reduce this. Let's save this. It's still the same one document. And maybe let me change this to Amagana, and then change this one also to Amagana. Save this, and then I'll save this as 12. Okay, there you go. And then we need the last one. We need the last one so that we have 5 unique invoices that we can now extract from it. So the last one, I'll say 12004, and then this will be something funny just came into my mind, but I'll say Kojoba. Okay, you know what, let's do this. Let's do Elfo Kojo. Yes, Elfo Kojo is my name. Elfo Kojo. All right, and then so let's save this, and then this would be 13. Okay, so file, save as PDF, and then we can do 13. Okay, so now let's close this, let's minimize this, let's come back to here, and then so let me open this collection, let me add a document for my drive, and I'm going to add 11, 12, 13. Open this app and upload a 3 document. I hope you guys are following. You know, we need a training data set to train it for it to recognize our module. Once we're done with this, we're satisfied with the result, we can now publish this module. It would be available for us to use in the Flow or in Power Apps. Okay, so there we go. That's done. It didn't find a duplicate. So now, so let's say this is DMZ invoice. Okay, cool. That's the name of the collection. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. There you go. So next, now it's the tagging period. So the tagging is where it's going to look at the document and say, okay, so I think I inferred this from your document. Okay, so you can also, here's this click and drag in the document to tag the information you want to extract. All right, and then tag the table. Start by clicking and dragging in document around the table. All right, so you see how and then if any information is not present in the document, you can detect select is available. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we'll see this right now. So if so you see this, the customer name. All right, so I know the customer name is here. So when I select this, I'll tag it to customer name. Is that okay? Are you following? Then I know the phone number. I know the phone number is here. So when I do this, I'll now tag it to the what? To the phone number. Then the city. So I know the city is Accra. So when I do this, I'll tag this as a city. Then the zip. I think we didn't put the zip in this one. Anyway, I can leave that. Okay, invoice number. I know all the invoice number will come from somewhere here. So I'll bump this as the invoice number. Actually, let's say not available in this document. That's fine. Okay. Then invoice date. So I can select this and say invoice date. Then the total due. Okay, so this is the total due. So I can select this and say, hey, this is the total due. I can select this and this is the tax. Okay, and then let's see this. Oh, so we left one more item. Okay, we left one more item. Okay, don't worry, we can do that. So if I select this, value is 10 because I didn't provide it. Okay, don't worry. Let's do the items. So we can select the items here. So let's drag around this table. All right, and I'll say this is the items. And then you can see that we can define the rows, okay, to extract. So add rows, add columns, assign the headers, and see the tables preview. Okay, so now we're going to add the rows, you know, to it. So we'll click on the table to add the column, and then you can press Control left click at the same time. Yeah, you know, that's just okay. So the first one here, okay. So as you can see, no, these are the rows. Okay, so no. Let's delete. Oh, come on. Let me do the control click. Oh man, this is not okay. You know what? I think I can push this down. Okay. So let me shift this here. And let's do this. Let me Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let me just Okay. We can just leave this here. Okay, solid. And then so it's seeing the the so I'm trying to good, there you go. Why is it not okay? Okay. Oh no. I messed this up. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so let me go. No, I don't want to hold on just a sec. Let's do this. I want to okay. Pum, 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 pum. I don't know why. Oh, come on. Okay, you know what? Let me go back. Yeah. Close this. Come on. Save and go back. Let's go back. Oh, okay. So let me go back to tagging. Actually, hold on. Let me. I'd wanted to do this way. Okay. So let's edit. I'm going to edit this table. Okay. And here, let's do the columns. Let me do the columns. Okay. This is the quantity. This is the description. This is the unit price. And this is the amount, right? So delete this one. Delete this one. So finally, I'm just deleting. There you go. Yeah, I want to. So there you go. I mean, you don't necessarily need to do this for all the empty rows, all right? It would, in most times, it will just automatically pick it up, okay? So if you look on the right here, you see that. So I'll just, if you see that it is picking all the information in there. It's using this also using AI, right? But I want you to ignore the first row because the first row is the header. So you see that it's ignored it. So now take a look at this. It's seeing my 1010 books 10 right here at the top. So I'll click on done. Now, so it's done that for this document. Now, I need to tag the remaining 4 documents as well because we're trying to train it to know that, hey, so assuming your documents were different, so it will show that, it will tell it that, oh, there's a variance in the document. Okay, so you might see this in this document and also, so it's good to, process all the, all the columns, all right, and realize that we didn't capture sales tax and we didn't probably capture subtotal. Okay, so one thing that I know I can do is I can go back and then also, so I can say shipping and handling and sales tax. Okay, so let's just go and add that. Let's just go and add that quickly so we can now recognize that in it. So let's go back one more time. Okay, so here I'll add another field and call this shipping and handling, and then we'll add another one here called the subtotal. Okay, I think that's it, right? So we have the shipping and handling subtotal. I think that's all we left out. And then now we can go back to next. And what's going to happen now is it's now going to include those fields, and I'll go and re-tag the document again so that I have the spree for it. Now, I see there are a lot of people watching us. Thank you guys for joining. If you're joining us, this is this is Power Series, the show that demystifies Power Platform. Today, we are creating a custom form processing module using the AI builder in Power Platform. So if you're joining us, it's a series we started 3 weeks ago. We've used pre-build. Today we're building a custom form processing module to be able to process invoices for us, which we'll be using in an automation probably next week. If you have any questions about it, please drop it in the comment section and I'll see it and respond to it. And we'll really appreciate it if you also, subscribe to the channel. So now we go back here, and then on the first document, okay, since now I have the other information, I can now select this and say, hey, this is now my subtotal, and hey, here is my shipping and handling. Okay, so now the first, as you can see, the first item has been properly tagged. So I'll go to the second one. Now, in most cases, it will try to infer if the document is not too different. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this again. So we have the whole of this, which is the customer name. And you see that anytime I select it, it gives me the content or the value it picked up from that section. Okay. So again, so phone number, we know the phone number is here. And we know there's a phone number. We know the city is here. The zip code is not in this document. So we do this. We select this. We know this one here is the invoice number. This one here is the invoice date. And what else? Did we do company name? No, we didn't do the company name. So we only did the custom. Okay, that's fine. I mean, at least I've shown you how to do, so you can go and modify yours in any which way. So let's go ahead and then select this. This will be the subtotal. Select this. Let's run around. This would be the tax. And then this, just run around it, would be shipping and handling. And then this one here would be total due. And then again, we select this whole table. All right, we select this whole table, and then we say this is the items. And just like we did, okay, just click on the rows. I can choose not to do anything again, and you see that it's pretty much figured it out. Okay, and I can say ignore the first row. It's picked the records, and then I can say, you see, quantity description, unit price, it picked it, and I can say done. So the second one has also been tagged. So let's quickly do this for the 3 other documents. And forgive me if this seems a bit slow, but I always do my stuff live, so you see how it is like. There is no magic in what I do. If I fail, I fail for everybody to see, so you understand that in learning, things are not always, smooth. There are ups and downs, and it's how you persevere and pull through and learn how to fix it that gives you that experience. So that's what I do a lot of on my show. I don't do a lot of pre-recorded stuff. It's only when the time calls for it that I'll do that. So we have our subtotal, we have our tax, our shipping, and then we have the total due. And then again, and so you realize that the more we do this, the more it's getting smarter, and then it's able to, you see that it's figured it out. So I just have to say, hey, this one here, this row here, this row here, and then ignore the first one, and then this is also done. It's processed. Okay, so let's go. So we've done 3. We need to tag 2 more to do this. And yeah, so if there's any question, guys, like I said, don't hesitate to put your questions through. Okay, I'm here to answer all your questions. So I think this is city. We have the phone number, and here as well. It's not, the zip code is not available in this document. So in the document where the zip code is available, it will pick it. So this is the subtotal. So right about here we have the tax, we have shipping and handling, and then we have the total due. Okay, and then finally, sorry guys, I have this item. This will be it. Just do the 2 columns, ignore the first one, and done. That is processed. And the final one, yeah, the final one, that then we can use it. Now, so today what we're going to do is that we'll build this, okay, we'll test it and automate in a simple flow, how to see this work. And then next week we're going to use it in an end-to-end solution where we'll create a flow where if an email is sent with this invoice, we would extract all this information from that invoice through an email, put it in a SharePoint list, and then do some kind of automation, maybe do an approval stuff to it. That's going to be very interesting. So in the very last one, let's go ahead and here. So customer name, and then we can do the city. We can do the phone number. The zip code is not available in this document. We have the invoice number. We have the invoice date. We can do this as total due. This is a tax. This is shipping and handling. And this is a subtotal. And then we have this as the items, and this is row 1, row 2, row 3. Ignore the first one, and it's done, right? So now, as you can see, all our 5 sample or training data has been used to train this model. So all we need to do is now click on next, and now the model is being built, and we'll see a summary of the model, we'll see a score, we'll see all that. So as you can see, this is a model summary. This is a document, as a document processing type. The document type is a structured and semi-structured document. We have one collection of files. The data source came from my device because I uploaded the files. It could have come from any other data source. These are the fields that's being seen from it. And let me rename this to, we'll call it DMZ invoice processor. Okay, rename this so we know it gives it a good name. And then I would now train the model. Okay, so click train. So what this is doing now is the Microsoft AI Builder is leveraging a lot of the Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services, entity extraction, all these things. And the good thing is that I ran a show on Fridays, and coincidentally, the Demystified Tech show on Friday, we're actually also treating a series on cognitive services. We did speech, we did language. We just finished with language last Friday. We are moving on to vision AI. So it's a similar thing here. It's now leveraging some of those services from Azure Cognitive Services, to train this model. And once it's done, we'll see the score. And this module will now be available in our solution to use in creating a Power Automate flow that can be leveraged in Power Apps. You can even leverage it as your custom API. So for someone like Soso, who is a Flutter developer, you can decide to create a simple invoice processing application, right? So people download the app, they take a picture of the invoice, and then that's it. It calls this model. The same principle that we saw 2 weeks ago, it applies here, right? So once you understand how to use Power Platform and all the different things in it, you understand how interesting and exciting it is to use it to build some of these automations and processes. All right. The other thing that people have asked me to talk about or to throw light on is actually the new Power Pages, which used to be portals or SharePoint pages and all that. Yes, let's exhaust this AI series. All right, do an end-to-end demo, and then we'll move on to Power Pages and see how that works. So I think we have our episode for next week, which is going to be um, using this very model we've created into a real life end-to-end scenario. And what would that scenario be? The scenario would be an email. We'll be monitoring a mailbox. When someone sends an email to that mailbox, which is going to be invoice attachment, what will happen is that we will process that invoice with this AI model and then extract that information and put it somewhere or do something to it. All right, so now we go to the model. And as you can see, that has been done. So it's here, all right, DMZ invoice processor. So the model is done, right? Status is training. So once this is completed, we should see a ready status to be used. And then we'll test it. We'll quickly test this model. Okay, we'll quickly test this model, but we'll not use it to create an end-to-end flow. That will happen next week. So if you want to see how we're going to now use this flow to test, to create an end-to-end scenario, then you need to make a date with me next week, same time, 8 p.m. GMT, and then we'll use this module. All right, we're going to use this model to do an end-to-end solution. So I think we have a few more minutes to go. We didn't start exactly. We started a few minutes after 8, so we still have some few minutes to go. I would want this to finish, hopefully, so we can just test it in its basic form. And then next week, we'll use it in end-to-end scenario, just like we've been building upon it for this past couple of weeks. So there you go. So this is now trained. Okay. So the model is trained. I can share it to other people in my organization, or I can just use it. Another thing I can do is that I can just click on it. And then now you can see it's going to give me information about the model, right? So there you go. You see it. It's telling me that it is 99% accurate, right? Its score is 99%. It's information extracted. You can see all these things extracted and how to use it. So I can use it in Power Automate. I can use it in in Power Apps. And if I use it in Power Automate, I can expose it as an API for others to use. But the other one to do is, like I said, we can run a quick test. Okay, let's do a quick test. And then once we satisfy with this, we'll publish it. And then next week, God willing, we will do that. So to test it, now I'm going to come to this file here. And this time around, let me put my name here. So Samuel Adrani. And let's say I'm coming from AfriLogic Solutions. Okay, and let's say it's Legon. And let's say mine is 0244. Okay, I'll put my actual number there. You people will start harassing me if I put my number there. So let's actually replace this. And then the invoice number will be 0070. 0070. Okay, that'll be the invoice number. Invoice date is fine. And the items will be, let's do 20 pen drives. Okay, and let's say one is 10, so that still gives us 200. Okay, it doesn't like this, so there you go. So let's say 200. Let's say sales starts is now 20, shipping and handling 20. So everything now becomes 240. All right, now I'm going to save this. Remember, this one was not part of the training set. This is a test one we want to do to see if it's going to recognize everything. So now I'm going to publish this to PDF, and I'll call this one test_1. So save this. Okay, so this is going to be our test PDF. You see this? So this has my name and more, So we'll go here, do a quick test, upload from my device, will take us to, and there you go, test 1, open, and look at that, it's analyzing. So this is what would have happened in the background if you use it in a Flow or Power Automate. This is what will happen. It will pick the file, analyze it, and I can give you the flow. So next week when we start, I'll show you the architecture diagram. So now take a look at this. So let's zoom in a bit. Good. So see what happened. It recognized my name, customer name here as Samaladrani. Okay. It picked the city as Accra. It picked my phone number. It went ahead to pick the invoice number. It picked the invoice date. And then look at that. It picked the line item. So there's just one item and you can see the various values. All right. Cool. Correct. You see that? So I like this. It's working for me. And the final thing we do before we leave is to hit publish. So what we've done now is now publishing this AI model, AI builder model, and making it available to use in either a Power Apps or a Power Automate. That's simple. So next week, we're going to use it in a Power Automate that is leveraged. Okay, so you can see now the model is published. So I can go ahead and say, hey, I want to use them. So do I want to build an intelligent, there you go, and build an intelligent automation, build intelligent app, use this in a document automation solution. All right. So 3 options. You can build a flow that is leveraged by something else or use it. So as you can see, so this is the next part that we'll be doing next week, next week, right? So if this has been useful to you, if this feels like something you want to do with me every Sunday when I have good health and in good shape, then please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. So when I release the video, you get it. Or when I go live, you will get it. So next week, God willing, we will be using this AI model, right, in a solution. So we'll build an intelligent automation project whereby when an email is received or when you scan, all right, when you scan the document, we can now use this, call this module, extract the data, and in the first place, just put it in a SharePoint list. If you want to do any stuff like put it in a SQL database, MySQL, put it something else. If you come on the show, you ask me, I'll probably walk you through how to do it. But in the meantime, you've seen how to create a custom module with our own custom invoice. Make it there with me next week, Sunday, and we'll continue from here. If this has been useful to you, please subscribe to the channel. As I always say, go into the new week with open mind, with positive vibes, positive energy. Let's make the world a better place through technology and anything you do out there. Until then, I still remain Samaladrani and I am out.